बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि व आलिहि वसल्लम अल्लाहुम्मा रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि व आलिहि वसल्लम आमीन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन. In this lecture, I will discuss some important questions of momentum. This question is from June 21, paper 41, and the question number is 3. Three particles P, Q, and R of masses 0.1 kg, 0.2 kg, and 0.5 kg respectively are at rest in a straight line on a smooth plane. Particle P is projected towards Q at a speed of 5 meters per second. After P and Q collide, P rebounds with speed 1 meter per second. Find the speed of Q immediately after the collision with P. So according to law of conservation of momentum, we can find the speed of Q. So momentum of P before the collision is 5 into 0.1. Momentum of Q is 0. Momentum of P after the collision is minus 1 times 5. And momentum of Q is V times its mass, which is 0.2 V. So V is 3 meter per second. This is the velocity of particle Q, but the requirement is speed. So speed of Q is 3. The next part of this question. Q now collides with R. When Q will collide with R, after the collision, R begins to move with speed V. Given that there is no subsequent collision between P and Q, now this statement is very important. When P and Q collide, then P was moving in this direction. And when Q and R collide, then Q must move in this direction. According to this statement, no subsequent collision between P and Q. Because P was moving in this direction and Q must move in this direction. And the velocity of Q must be greater than the velocity of P. According to this statement, no subsequent collision between P and Q. Let's suppose velocity of Q after the collision is U. So, according to this statement, U must be greater or equal to minus 1. This value must be greater or equal to minus 1. According to this statement, let's suppose U would be minus 0.8. The first value would be minus 1, then minus 0.8, minus 0.5, anything. You can take any value. So, if the value of U is minus 0.8, let's suppose, then there will be no collision. Even if the value of U is minus 1, then no collision between P and Q. So according to this statement means the value of U, which is the velocity of Q, it must be greater or equal to minus 1. So according to law of conservation of momentum, we have momentum of Q, which is 0.2 times its velocity before the collision, which is 3. And momentum of R is 0. Momentum of Q after the collision would be its mass times its velocity, which is U. And momentum of R would be mass times its velocity, 0.5 V. Now the value of U is minus 1 let u be minus 1 according to this inequality. So we have 0.6 is equal to 0.2 into minus 1, 0.5 into v. This is the least possible value of u according to this inequality, the first value. Now v is 1.6 meter per second. Hence, the greatest speed of r is 1.6. In this question, this statement is very important. No collision between P and Q. So the maximum speed, I'm talking about speed, the maximum speed of Q would be 1. When you will talk about velocity, then the value of U could be greater or equal to minus 1. I will discuss the leftover questions in my next lecture, inshallah.